To start a Powernote, simply go to the Powernote tab over here, click the Add functionality. My general advice would be to start with a very simple examination. The Health Information Services people can help you build one more appropriate for your department or your own personal self. For a wide variety of users, I like this General Exam-Cabell. It's one that Dr. Cabell has created with. I've simply typed that into the very first string on the left there, double-clicked it, hit enter. You're oftentimes given a large variety of checkboxes. I have them pre-checked already. You can check them and it will fill them in the next time you use this note. You can see it pulls in a wide variety of data, whatever's actually been entered into the chart by other people, hopefully simplifying your note. It has a chief complaint under history of present illness. You can use the hotspot functionality to be rolled out in September of 2011, hopefully. This simply allows you to dictate into a built-in microphone. Save this. When you submit your note for transcription, this gets sent to the transcriptionist and they transcribe it. It comes back in through your message center. The turnaround time has been quite rapid. Another way to enter data, if you have Dragon, naturally speaking, on your computer, you can open quote, you can Dragon it, or you can simply type text if you have some things. Other things you can use are auto-complete phrases if you have them. The next thing that the notes are built off of is a review of systems. I have a 10-point review of systems that I feel are important for neurology. If I see something that when I'm going over this with a patient that I want to discuss, I can add it under this other review of systems. For example, a patient may have visual disturbances. By choosing once, it highlights it as a positive. By double-clicking again, it's a negative, meaning there will be no visual disturbances, and a third time deletes the fact that I've even entered that. You can right-click on the review of system or bullet point here and type a comment with headaches, for example. Complete the rest of the review of systems. The pertinent positive is not highlighted in a particular way, but it is at least noted visual disturbances with headaches. You can clarify as much or as little as you like. The current medications and ideally have been updated by your support staff. Social history is ideally a thing that will be maintained through the medical record and simply reviewed with a patient. Oftentimes it's quite up to date. Family history, you can add items under the histories tab for the social history and family history as well. It's quite easy. Problem list is the same thing. Allergies, the patient has no known drug allergies. That gets pulled in. You can see you get in a variety of vital signs that just pull in automatically. Again, the template's not quite the prettiest, but I believe the speed of use has made it more functional. You can obviously do macros for your examination, or if it's a very simple or minor problem and the exam is normal, you can create a macro for a fully normal examination, or you can build it as you go here simply by double-clicking. You can, anywhere there's a double arrow, you can expand and get a much wider variety of options that you can click on. This creates an entire, much more complicated way to create notes and examination. I use it generally on my new patients. However, I have a tendency to have some simpler examinations for a simple follow-up, or I have a tendency to free text or hotspot the new ones. Scroll through the entire exam. You can import lab results. You can either hit select all and include selected. I find it preferable to use the control button to highlight the lab result you want and then include that lab button, include selected. It minimizes extra junk in the note, which can be frustrating for a lot of people. Radiology results, sometimes I'll go in, if there's a result, I can double click that result and get into the actual result, I'll copy and paste it. I find that helpful as a specialist who uses a lot of imaging. Some people find it frustrating, but otherwise, if you don't bring that in and copy and paste it into another box, it simply says you reviewed the radiology report from this date. You can add the fact that you've maybe reviewed other documents. I do that quite frequently, or whatever else you like. If you just simply want to say you reviewed home medications, that's probably adequate. When you type this other screen, an entire free text box opens up for which you can type in whatever you like, or use Dragon, which is what I do. Hotspot does not work in that box. However, up at this review of management, you can use it up at the top there. Down at the bottom, the way my workflow goes is I have a tendency to discuss with the patient my plan initially, then I'll order whatever I want done. For example, if I want a CBC done in the outpatient clinic or in the hospital, I will simply pull up an order, just like you do in the hospital. It works quite well. You can set dates on these and other ways of adding it in the outpatient setting. You also have to associate a diagnosis. Then what I do is I have a tendency to further hotspot. This woman has seizures. They've been present for the past 10 years. She's on a medication that needs to be monitored. Please see my orders below. We'll follow her in 3 months. I hit the Save and Close button. This places my dictation above my orders generally, and therefore when I see what the final note would look like, I have a full note that's created relatively quickly. It's legible. It was effective. It's effective for me. I use it on my follow-ups as well as my new patients. I also have a professional services tab up here. I use a auto text to simplify certain things for my timed visits.